And it's an honor to join you, to accept this invitation. Everything of this program is a very powerful indictment, and collecting the record is so important today. There is real terror in unlimited amounts that we hear, that we read about, that even is scarring to read about. And in my opinion, it is a conscious effort on the part of the Zionists and of the US in exhibiting this brutality, which has no justification whatsoever anywhere. They are attempting to terrorize the entire population. They want it known among the Palestinians what happens to prisoners. They don't make it a secret. We've seen the images of prisoners bound, of prisoners executed in Gaza in mass, or bodies that are found zip tied and bound and blindfolded. It's not that there's no shame. It is making an exhibit again and again and attempting to traumatize a whole population. And also, it's attempting on a world scale, but especially here in the US, to harden the population to accept such incredible crimes. It's saying what they will do. Now, the US corporate media keeps this silent while promoting all kinds of totally false stories that they themselves know are total fraud. Now, every form of torture, as Katie just said, as Emilio, as other speakers, is being utilized, of torture that uses humiliation and rape, electricity, and shock to create total sense of helplessness. That's what they're trying to do, to say we are all powerful and you don't know when or what to expect. Now, this is something, by the way, that not just the Zionists are doing. In both the West Bank and in Gaza, it's something where the US has the greatest expertise. And as we know from the images of Abu Ghraib in Iraq, and who did they call on? Who did they recruit to be the torturers in the prisons in Iraq and in Afghanistan, and in what they called the black sites around the world? Was US prison guards who do this all the time. Maybe not electricity, but they certainly did in Abu Ghraib and in Afghanistan and everywhere that they were able to. But in the US today, the largest prison population in the world, well over 2 million. And the guards are trained in systematic humiliation, in imposing on prisoners a sense of complete humiliation and insecurity. At what moment will there be 24-hour lockdown in baking hot cells without water, without food, all family ties cut off for no reason? And it's done again and again, and it's allowable and acceptable in US prisons here. And they train this around the world. So what we're seeing is a system of such brutality. The weapons that Israel uses today, everyone in the world knows where they come from. And they also need to know where the trainers come from and how this horror has come about. But at the same time, I think we have to give the greatest recognition to the Palestinian resistance, that they have never, ever stooped to this, employed any of these tactics, even though they certainly could. Hostages held now almost 9 months. There are all kinds of things, and all while crimes are being committed against the entire Palestinian people. And yet, the hostages who've been released talk about a cake on a birthday that's presented, an extra serving of food, more than the guards themselves have, the personal things that are done. It's really quite incredible. And it does show a level of humanity that deserves our recognition, our support in every way, because it means that resistance is what is liberating to those who fight, to those who participate in any way. And it means that they are avoiding the absolutely criminal, sinister conduct of the occupation and of those who wholeheartedly support the occupation. So I thank you for today, and let's continue to learn that lesson, that every horror that is committed against the thousands and thousands of Palestinian prisoners, even in the prisons, it's clear when you read any of the prison autobiographies, reminiscences, that the way they combat this is to be supportive of each other, to show utmost levels of solidarity, of binding together and strengthening their own humanity. And this is the way we resist, while at the same time knowing that that resistance, it's life, it's liberation, and it is a new future. So thank you.